Hello and welcome back to Cienie. We'll be continuing where we left off, which, if you recall, is after Tom had the conversation with Markus about his mother, about what Tom knows, what the police might know, and as it turns out, not a whole lot. Apparently, the police lost some information about the mom, and for his part, Markus really doesn't have that many leads. Which, doesn't really give that much information to Tom, but at least it's something, it's the truth, Aside from that, though, we also had a confrontation. Well, David and Eliash had a confrontation about the reasons why David is there, and that he had never really intended to return until basically he received a letter from his mom, who he wasn't able to speak to anymore, in person, telling him, go back to Sip Naval, and I need you to take care and watch out for the people that live there, our friends and family. And David, ever the dutiful son, or the mama's boy, I guess you could say, decided to do what he was told, and he came back. And originally, he was only gonna basically just look at the house and then see if everything is alright, then, return. But apparently he decided to stay because he noticed that things were going on, so to his credit, he stayed. But again, he lied. Or it's not so much that he lied, that he was keeping information from very important people, meaning his older brother and his best friend. So, they should have at least been worth the truth, You should have at least told them, David. And you can't really be mad or sad that they're angry with you. So, you kind of have to take well, if they're mad, whatever, you know what I mean. Anyway, so yeah. We'll be seeing a little bit more about Otto. No, about the investigation next. So, without further ado, let us continue. Cienie. I park my car next to the church. The homeless shelter is situated within the compound, operated by the local church, funded by generous donors, and supported by the local volunteers. Even so, the shelter is still overcrowded and lacks sufficient resources. The police's practice of rounding up and bringing homeless people here doesn't help. Taking my notebook and pen from the glove box, I step out. The police car parked nearby has a familiar number plate. It's Igor's. It seems that they figured out that this place might be connected to Kamil's case. Hopefully that prick Boris isn't around. Whatever, it should be fine. As I approach the entrance, I overhear a heated argument. Boris, Igor, and the local raccoon priest come into view. I instinctively dash for cover, hoping to overhear something interesting. I'd appreciate it if you gentlemen could stop intimidating and harassing the people living and working here. Father, we just wanted to ask them a few questions. I understand, but can't you stop going for our residents and volunteers? They have it tough enough as it is. Seems like the priest is keeping it under control. I should keep my distance for now. This is a sanctuary for the less fortunate, dragged here from the dirty streets like wild animals by you and your colleagues, I might add. It was for their own well-being, Only the Lord knows the truth of your words, but I'd still kindly ask that you leave this house of God. Your presence has disturbed the peace in this place, and I can't have that. Listen, priest, we're here trying to do our job, and you're making it more difficult. So, are you going to arrest me then? We won't hesitate to use force if you don't comply. Of course, Boris would jump straight to that. Igor puts his hand in between the priest and the boar. Boris, you're the one making things difficult. Fine, play it safe, little dog. We're never gonna solve anything with you being a pushover like this. That's enough. As I lean out of the cover to get a better look, Boris glances my way. The boar scoffs when he sees me. I wave at him, smirking. I'm in no rush to be seen by the others, though. It might be better if the priest doesn't associate me with these two at this point. I'm sorry about my partner, Father. I hope that you can forgive him. I haven't taken it personally, my son. I understand that things can get heated in your line of work. The priest bows his head and walks back into the building, while Igor stands there, pulling out a smoke. With the priest gone, I approach the cops. Tough day? What are you doing here, skulking around like that? I decide to ignore his warm welcome and focus on Igor. You could say that. What happened to your face? It's nothing. Alright, be careful when you trim your fur next time. Har har. Igor winks at me, pulling out a cigarette from the pack. I assume you're here for your own investigation? He offers me one, and I take it, and he lights both his and mine. Or to meddle with ours again? Haven't decided yet. The priest wasn't helpful at all. I heard. So what did you manage to get out of him? We mostly confirmed what old Bernard told us. So you hit a wall? Sorta. And then again, maybe you can learn more than we did. I doubt the priest will be in the best of moods right now. Maybe if that old trash eater was more helpful, we would have been having such a hard time. Well, you did make him very upset. He didn't leave us with much choice. There are lots of eyes on the precinct. I'm sure Agatha isn't all sunshine and rainbows either. That being said, he could have handled it much better. Huh, was she ever? But anyways, sorry Markus, I'm on a tight schedule today. Yeah, I get that. Before you go though, how's Miss Novak? She just woke up today actually. Boris was at the hospital making sure that she's safe. I started asking her some questions, but she didn't respond to any. Instead, she kept asking where her son was. Then her doctor came. That was the end of it. Useless. We're not allowed to ask any further questions until the doctor clears her for questioning. It shouldn't be long. I'll tell you when that happens. Finally, the stupid investigation will move forward. Boris' eyes don't leave me for a second, inspecting me, almost like he's looking for something. Also, I'm sure that you'd like to know that Agatha put some rookie on the watch. Do I know him? I don't think so. Guy walks like he's got a stick up his ass and won't shut up about rules. Boris spits on the ground in disgust. Great. I guess I'll meet him soon, now that Miss Novak is stable. Keep me posted on her condition. Sure. I should ask Igor to check the plates Tom asked me to, and see if one of the witnesses is lying, but not with Boris around. I don't want him sticking his snout where it doesn't belong. Hey, how about a beer later today? What's the occasion? We haven't had a chance to talk outside of work in a while. Might be good to catch up. Some beer right now would be a damn good change of pace. You weren't invited. Boris scoffs, taking out a cigarette of his own and lighting it. Sorry, can't today. I promised Irene that I'd spend the evening with her. We really should go. How about tomorrow? Sure, should be doable. We'll talk it out later. Great. Igor walks to the nearest dustbin and snuffs out his cigarette before tossing it inside. Boris follows him to the police car. I take the last drag of the cigarette as I watch them drive away. With these two handled, it's time to talk to the priest. Hopefully Boris didn't mess things up so bad that the priest won't even talk to me. I find the raccoon talking to one of the volunteers in the lobby. The priest gives me an appraising look as I approach, still visibly upset from earlier. And who might you be? I'm a private detective. I was hoping that you could spare a few minutes of your time. A detective? Sorry, this is not visiting hours. He gestures towards the exit and starts walking away, brushing past a volunteer. I follow him. Well, I'm not here just to visit. I'm on a case I need to ask you a few questions. No, sorry. We already dealt with the police harassing us and our volunteers. Damn it. I gotta butter him up, or I won't learn anything. Oh, so that was what the commotion was about. Sorry that you had to go through that. It's a shame that our institutions have so little respect for people of faith. All too true, my child. Only God's commands are the true law that we should follow. At least I hear that there have been a lot of people attending weekly worship. Yes, it's been very promising. If only there had been grateful enough to donate some money to our little church. Of course, Donations are all that matter. One can only hope the funds are used for the shelter. The client that I'm working for, Miss Novak, told me that she's been attending your church regularly. Ah, Dorota Novak? Yes, that's her. I'm here to investigate her case. I see. He stops in his tracks, turning around to look at me with a frown. Sorry, Father. I assumed the police were here about the same case. I promise not to take up a lot of your time. I only have a few questions. She came to me for help when the cops didn't prove helpful. I can see that divulging that bit of information was the right call as the priest's expression softens a little. I suppose if that's the case, let's have the discussion in my office. Lead the way, please. The priest leads me into the office and takes a seat behind his desk. Miss Novak was one of our most dedicated members of the church. Given her financial situation, she couldn't offer much, but her contributions were always appreciated. I see. Well, like I mentioned, she hired me to find her missing son. Ah, a dreadful situation indeed. I've heard of the attack in the woods. Yes, and I'm trying to get to the bottom of it. The police are blaming her son, but something doesn't add up. Bless you for assisting her family. I cannot promise you much, Detective, no matter how much the police insist on the contrary, but I will do my best. Please ask away. Thank you, Father. He smiles and claps his hands together. I guess that's my cue. So you mentioned Miss Novak being a big supporter of the church. Does the church shelter receive donations from other sources? Mostly personal donations like Miss Novak's funds and Mr. Berzik's food donations. Of course, Bernard did mention his bar gave extra food to the shelter once a month. Does your church receive any support from the local commune? Please, they've never lifted a finger to help us. Some of our biggest donors prefer to remain anonymous. I see. That's all right. Well, that's very humble of them, though I don't think that lead matters much. Has Miss Novak ever spoken to you about her family? She's a very lonely old woman. She rarely mentions her husband. I know this, though. Her son meant the world to her. That's the feeling that I got when she hired me. Miss Novak mentioned that her son had changed. Did she ever open up to you about that? Not in detail, no. She always put others first, so I wouldn't be surprised if she kept her worries to herself. She did mention that the police refused to help her find them, like you said. I hope that you do right by her, Detective. Taking money from that poor woman would be a terrible shame. Didn't he just say that she donates to the church? I guess the irony of that statement is lost on him. Indeed. Did you know her son? Did he ever attend church services with her? He didn't come to church often. I have only seen him once or twice, and I got the impression that he only came as a favor to his mother. I believe that he struggled with his faith, but he did help around the shelter. Did he? Did he talk to anyone in particular? Someone who might know more about him? No, not really. He kept to himself, though I remember he once came with a young sheep woman. Sadly, her name escapes me. Sheep. Could it be Daria? That would explain why she acted when I spoke to her. Are you sure that it was a sheep? Was her name Daria by any chance? Yes, that's right. I see. That has been a big help. I hope she won't get into trouble. Not unless you share this information with the police as well. Damn it, what's that girl hiding? I only answered a few questions about Kamil or his mother, with how rude they were. They were more interested in the food deliveries we've been receiving. From Gruber and Yedgeberg? The priest narrows his eyes at me. Yes? I suppose I should quit while I'm ahead. The information about a possible link to the waitress is already more than enough, and the priest doesn't seem to appreciate this new topic. I see. You've been a great help, Father. I won't keep you from your work any longer. I am glad to hear it, my son. I will pray for the Lord's guidance in your investigation. I stand and extend my hand. We shake firmly. Thank you. If you remember anything else, would you mind giving me a call? I place my business card on the desk. Of course. I will ask around, though I won't allow you to do that yourself. These people are already under enough stress. I completely understand. I think that is a wise decision. I better get going. The priest walks me to the front door in silence. No more words are exchanged. Once we reach the exit, we shake hands before I step outside. So Daria must know more about Kamil than she let on. But with how scared she was of me, I doubt that she'll open up. Maybe Tom could get through to her. She probably doesn't know him, and if she does, she's likely heard of how he saved Camille's mom. Might as well call Tom now. Hello? Tom, are you free right now? Not much going on. I'm about to lock up the shop. Oh? Won't Anna be mad? Doubt it. Did you find anything useful at the shelter? Yeah, but I need your help. What do you need? Daria, the waitress. She knows Kamil. Huh? What? I thought Kamil didn't have any friends. How do you know? Looks like he didn't tell his mom about her. The priest at the shelter said that Kamil came with a sheep once. I think that it was her. Alright. So, what do you need me to do? I need you to talk to her. She's scared of me, so that won't work. I mean, I'd be scared of you too. You're pretty intimidating. Tom, be serious. Alright. So you want me to talk to Daria when she's on a break? Yeah, I doubt that she'll open up with a bunch of people around. Fair enough. I'll think of something. Are you heading home tonight? Not sure yet. Why? I need to talk to you and your dad. Dad? I guess I can be there. Thanks. That's all I'm asking. This isn't gonna be some awkward pep talk about something irrelevant, right? Or are we finally gonna hear about that mysterious scar that mysteriously appeared on your face? Very mysterious. Maybe I'll share a tale about my fierce battle. Oh, I'm sure you both will. Tom. I'm not an idiot. I didn't say that. You're lucky that I was on too much of a rush this morning to interrogate you. Just know that I reserve the right to leave if it gets unbearable. I chuckle. Deal. I'll talk to you later. Sure. See ya. Not surprised that Tom would figure it out. At least he's willing to listen. I need to talk to Carl, which is not something that I'm thrilled about right now. But it has to be done. I start the engine and dial Carl's number. After a short exchange, Carl agrees to the meeting at 7. With that out of the way, I drive off, wondering how Tom will take all of this. I'm surprised that I got here first, as I'm left standing outside the town hall. I wonder if Eliash will show up. After the fight with David, I wouldn't blame him if he didn't, but I hope that he's not mad at me. Maybe texting him would be the easiest way to find out. I pull out my phone and stare at the screen for a moment before letting out a sigh and starting to type. Hey Eli, are you coming to the town hall today? Is David gonna be there? Yeah. Then I can't. I see. Sorry, Tom. I just can't deal with him right now. Nah, I get it. Don't worry about me. But no matter what happened between me and David, if you need me back at Coamino, I'll be there. Oh yeah? That's good to hear. By the way, I'm going fishing with Raymond this weekend. Damn, you work fast. You should come. I don't know. We'll see. Great. That's all that I'm asking. Let me know if you decide. Will do. Alright, gotta run. Good luck with the investigation, kitty. Thanks. I slide my phone back into my pocket and sit down on a nearby bench. Looking up at the sky, I feel a sort of pressure building. The whole town feels heavy. Storm clouds gather as the wind starts picking up. I watch people go in and out of the town hall, wondering how many of them really care about the disappearances, how many care about what's happened to this town. Would I even care if my mom wasn't missing? If she was still around, would I be like this? Maybe I'd still be at the university, studying law, screwing around with Jacob, not giving a damn about other people's problems. But now, Now I won't stop until I find out what happened to her. Whoever's responsible for this, they'll have to deal with me. And if they hurt her, there's going to be hell to pay. I lean forward, resting my face in my paws, rubbing my eyes. I feel tired. I hear a series of footsteps approaching before stopping right next to me. David? What the? Oh, what a pleasant surprise. Oh, Jacob? Hi, sorry. What are you doing here? Working, of course. I see. How about you? Working? What case are you working on this time? It's a secret. I wink at him. I see. Well, I just finished talking to the town's official about the land deal that I told you about. I nod at the fox, glancing around to check if David's arrived. Hopefully he won't run into both of us here. I'd rather avoid having to explain to him who Jacob is, or even lie about it. How did that go? It's going well. Sadly, I can't tell you more than that. Of course. Private and confidential stuff. Have you asked your friend about the loan shark? Oh, not yet. He's busy. And I don't want to add more to his plate. I'll do it tomorrow. Fair enough. I'll be happy to help you if you need me. Sure, thanks, Jacob. Jacob glances around quickly before leaning in closer. Maybe you'd be interested in more fun tonight? Oh, come on. We're in public. This guy. Sorry, no. I'm busy today. Shame. Anyway, I'm off now. Let's promise to keep in touch? Sure, yeah. Perfect. I sigh in relief after Jacob leaves. Thank God no one I know caught us here. After about 10 more minutes, I begin to grow impatient. That's it. I'm going in by myself. As I stand up from the bench and stretch my back, the door to the town hall swings open. David steps out, smiling and waving at me. You were already inside? Why didn't you tell me? I've been waiting here for almost 30 minutes. Oh, sorry. I had a meeting with someone about our mom's house. The meeting went on a bit late, but yeah. It's fine. David checks his phone before looking back at me. Have you talked to Eliash? He hasn't been responding to me. He won't be coming. He just needs some time. What about you? I'm here, aren't I? That's fair. We start walking towards the entrance of the town hall. So, what's the plan? I'm not sure if we can just access the info on Koamino, so let's pretend that we're history students. If that fails, and we can't access anything, you'll just cause a distraction while I sneak in. That's risky. If they catch you, they'll call the cops for sure. Then let's hope that they just let us in. As we enter the building, David flashes a smile at the clerk, a middle-aged, female Fennec fox. She gives us a polite nod as we approach the desk. How can I help you? Hi, yeah. My friend and I are history students from Kagemiya Wielki University. We're doing research on Koamino for a World War II project. Can I bring you some files? What exactly do you need? A detailed layout of Koamino, please. And if possible, the names of the people who used to live there. Sorry, information about people living there was destroyed during the Soviets' exit. Nothing was recovered. I see. That's a shame. Can we have access to the rest? Have you made a request at the mayor's office? No. Well then, sadly, I can't allow you. If we did, how long would that take for us to get the access? 1 to 2 months. That's not useful at all. I don't have that kind of time. Hey, we're on a tight deadline for our project. Any chance that you can make an exception for 2 charming young lads? Even if you were charming, I still couldn't help you, young man. Ow. Sorry. How about a donation? I look at David, wide-eyed. Is he serious? He's going to get us kicked out. Excuse me? a donation for your personal time to let us browse freely. That is bribery. You should use your money more wisely. David leans in, flashing a grin. 500, and you let us in. This is highly illegal. You both could get into serious trouble trying to bribe government staff. 1,000. What? Has he lost his mind? That's enough, David. Sorry, ma'am. He's just joking around. No, Tom. This project is important, and I don't want you to get in trouble over it. I get what he's doing, trying to keep me from having to break in, but still, this much money is insane. So? Fine. I'll let you in. You have 10 minutes. I'm taking a coffee break. We'll be in and out. She places a bunch of keys on the desk. If anyone catches you, I didn't see anything. Thanks. As a clerk heads to what I assume is the break room, David pulls out some money and hands it to her. She stashes it in her purse before leaving. I stare at David, dumbfounded. He just shrugs, then leads the way towards the archives room. Grates cover some of the shelves. We try the first key, but it doesn't fit. The second key turns and the door clicks open. Finding the shelf with the right documents takes us a bit of time. Eventually, I pull out a box from the drawer labeled Koamino U-37 and place it on a nearby desk. Inside, we find a very old map of Koamino. I give it to David. Here, we don't have much time. Take pictures of every corner of the map, zoomed in, and then one of the whole thing. Got it. While David focuses on that, I start going through the notes related to Koamino's architecture. I set one of the papers on David's side of the table. He glances at it and nods. After that, I rummage through the remains of the papers and documents from the origin of Koamino to its eventual closure. I'm not surprised people didn't want to stay there after the Soviets left. Nothing much catches my eye until I try to flip through one of the last few files. One of them is a presentation folder with plastic sleeves. 2 of its pages are stuck together. I gently try to separate the pages with my claw. Once the pages are apart, an old picture emerges. Russian military and some doctor? Huh. Wait, is that Bernard? There's no way. Otto's family is Polish, yet they look almost the same. I guess I could show this to Otto and Markus. Either of them must know something. I curse under my breath as I stealthily slide the picture out of the plastic sleeve and flip the photo over. Keeping it tucked neatly inside the inner pocket of my jacket, I look around for any CCTV in the room. I think that we're safe. All done. The early version of the map highlights the bunkers. Seems like they only have 2 of them. How early? The map says 1939. So the Germans built them? Seems like it, if I remember my history right. That's useful. Maybe we should check out those bunkers ourselves. One seems to be under the former hospital and the second is in the administration building. Are you sure going back there is a good idea after everything that's happened? He has a point, but we don't have time for that argument. You got all the pics that we need? Yeah, check for yourself. He scrolls through the photos that he took on his phone. Looks like we got everything. Let's hope that we don't need to come back here. That'd be awkward. Did you find what you were looking for? Sorta. What does that mean? I found a picture of a few soldiers in Koamino. One of them looks very much like Bernard. What? I said that I'm not sure. We'll have to talk to Otto. Let's go. David helps me return everything to its place, and we lock the archives up before heading out. We place the key on the clerk's desk. She nods without looking up, pretending to be preoccupied with their work. As soon as we leave the town hall, I pull out my phone and dial Otto's number. Hello? Otto, hey. Are you free sometime soon? In about an hour. Why? Did something happen? Kinda. I could use your help with this investigation. Oh, okay. When and where? Gruberniechberg. Works for me. I was planning to talk to my uncle too. About, you know. Yeah, I'll wait for you there. See you in an hour. Great, see you. I hang up and turn to David, smiling. What? Well, rich boy, I'm starving. Oh, so now that we're partners in crime, you want to take advantage of me? Partners in crime, huh? I guess we are. Yay! I just stare at him as he scratches the back of his neck and sticks his tongue out. As we drive off, I take the time to explain the plan for tonight, talking to Daria and finding out what she knows. I also explain why we're bringing Otto into this, partly as a distraction for Bernard. That part is true, though I avoid revealing the rest of Otto's situation. We stop at the nearest gas station, and after refueling, David drives us to Berngruff. David parks the car next to Berngruff. After stepping out, I scan the area for any signs of Otto, but it looks like he's not here. Maybe he's already inside. I need to figure out how to get Daria alone, but if I just ask her outright, I'm concerned that she'll get suspicious and refuse to answer my questions. I wander around the edge of the bar, my eyes landing on the big dumpster at the back of the building. Hey, where are you going? You don't need to dig through the trash. I did promise that I'd buy you a nice meal, didn't I? I roll my eyes at him. I know. I just want to see if standing next to this trash feels as bad as standing next to you. Ouch. Please don't hurt my feelings like that. I stick my tongue out. David lets out a slow sigh. The smell is awful, but if I can get Daria to take out the trash, I might be able to find her here and talk to her alone. No one can see or listen to us here, and if I handle this correctly, she might open up. Okay, seriously, you've been standing here for like 5 minutes. What's the deal? Just plotting my next move. Near the trash? Are you secretly a raccoon? Wow, you really went there. You're a terrible influence on my impressionable mind. Guilty as charged. Who doesn't love a bad boy? Let me know when you see one. Come on, look at me. I'm dripping with bad boy energy. David snarls, beating his chest and flexing his arms. A single vein pops along his right arm. You look stupid. At that, he deflates, puffing his cheeks and crossing his arms like a pouting child. He then winks and chuckles, amused by himself. We walk away from the dumpster. I guess I have a plan. Now I just need to figure out how to get Daria to leave her post and throw out some trash while I'm conveniently nearby. The dumpster looks to have been recently emptied. And if Bernard's hanging around, well, that's a whole other problem. Maybe Otto could distract Bernard and talk to him in private, and Raymond. Yeah, that could work. I could even have a use for David for once. It's a plan. A fragile, flawed plan, but a plan nonetheless. Please, can we go inside? It's freezing out here. Yeah, nothing's stopping us now. I've got everything figured out. Well, mostly. The bar is packed as always. With how good the food is, that's not a surprise. But I can't imagine eating here every day, not without burning a hole through my wallet. And probably through my body too. I spot Daria and the other waitress behind the counter. There's no sign of Raymond, on the other hand. He's probably in the kitchen now. Bernard isn't around either. Then again, if Otto's coming to talk to him, he is either somewhere nearby or will arrive shortly. David grabs my hand and leads me to a seat close to the entrance. There aren't many free seats, but this'll do. David grabs the menu. Will you be more adventurous tonight? I don't know. Pussing out again? Maybe. I don't really feel that hungry. You're not even looking at the menu. We gotta wait for Otto. Oh, right. As we wait, David starts typing something out on his phone, his expression growing sour. I can only assume he's still trying to talk to Eliash. Everything alright? He looks up at me, giving me a toothy grin. Oh, I'm fantastic. Just give Eliash some time. I know I should. I'm just trying to explain things to him. I place my paw on his, taking his phone out of his grip. Then stop and, I don't know, think of something else. I'll try. Nagging him after what happened will just piss him off more. I guess you're right. He takes the phone back, stashing it away. He then grabs the menu and starts reading through it again. I wonder when Otto's gonna come, judging by the time, he's 5 minutes late now. It does feel like the time has been ticking longer. Maybe I'm just itching for some action. Whatever Daria knows might help us solve the case. Taking my phone out, I'm about to shoot Otto a text when the door swings open and the bear enters the bar. I stretch my arm and wave at him. He's not gonna kill me, right? Why would he? Well, I hurt you quite a bit by leaving. Nah, he won't do anything. I'd be more afraid of Anna if I were you. She did mention a couple of times that if she ever catches you, she'd suplex you over a table. Yikes. Otto and David weren't exactly close, knowing each other mostly in passing, from when Otto was picking up Anna from school. As the bear arrives at our table and sits down, I slide him the menu. Even after his work, Otto looks so full of energy. I wish that I could do that. He smiles, wringing his hands, chuckling a little. Sorry I was late. Work got, complicated. Otto blinks at David, as if only now realizing who it is. There is a short pause between them. Oh, David, right? Welcome back. David freezes, then nods his head a few times. Yeah. Wow, you look so grown up. Otto extends his hand to the hyena. David, on the other hand, looks terrified, yet keeps smiling. As they shake hands, I can see a small tear in David's eye. Gotta admit, part of me enjoys watching him squirm. Damn, your grip is strong as I remember. Oh dear. Oh, sorry. Otto relaxes, letting go of his grip. David shakes his hand, rubbing the back of it a couple of times. I'm never shaking hands with a bear ever again. Sorry, I didn't mean to hurt you. No worries, buddy. Otto looks a little bit guilty as he scutters back to checking the menu. Should we get anything? Sure. We were waiting for you before ordering. Sorry. So, just order anything you want, Tom. I can pay for you. Thanks? But I think I can... No worries, big guy. It's my treat. It's not necessary. You can pay for yourself, David. I'll cover for Tom and myself. I insist. What is even happening anymore? They keep going back and forth about who's going to foot the bill for a good 5 nonsensical minutes. Is this what it's like to have money? Rolling my eyes, I finally grab the menu out of Otto's hand. I'll pay for myself. But... Okay. Sorry. That seems to settle it. We all finally pick what we want to eat and call over the waitress. After placing our orders, it's the perfect time to lay out the plan. Otto, you're gonna talk to Bernard soon, right? Yeah. He should be in the office room. Think that you can draw the conversation out until I give you the signal? Sure, no problem. If it helps. It will, thanks. What about me? Try to muster up some charm and wit to distract the waitress long enough for me to talk to Daria. She might come looking if it's taking too long. I point discreetly to the girl behind the register. That's it? Yeah, I'm sure you can handle it. With Otto and David said, I shoot a quick message to Raymond. Hey Raymond, we placed our orders. Can you come to our table and service our orders later? I also need to ask you a favor. Oh, can. I focus back on the two of them. So, David, you came back during interesting times? Yeah, things could definitely be much smoother. The tension between them is palpable, but at least Otto is keeping it together. I'm relieved that he isn't making a big deal about David being here, given how I felt when David left. I let the two of them chat while I look down at my phone. So Tom. Yeah? Why do you want to interrogate this waitress anyway? Sorry, I should have explained everything sooner. Oh, no problem at all. I know you've got a lot on your mind. Markus thinks that she's hiding something that ties to our investigation. But she lost trust in the police and Markus kinda spooked her. And you think cornering her like that will make her speak? Well, Markus did approach her directly, and that didn't work either. But I'll be nice, and do my best not to scare her. Even if we fail, at least we'll get a decent meal, right? Daria's probably already feeling the pressure with the police and the detective sniffing around. If she knows Kamil and what happened, she's definitely going to be protective. I need to be careful with my approach. After another 10 minutes, Raymond arrives with our food on the tray, serving us with a gentle smile. Enjoy. He sets the plates down gently, nodding at each of us as he does. Thanks, Raymond. Hey, big guy. Thanks again. No problem, La. Raymond smiles at David before turning to Otto. He gives Otto a firm pat on the back. Hi, Otto. Long time no see. Always busy, is it? Of course. Hopefully you're doing all right yourself. Yes. Raymond, I need your help with something. What is it? Can you get Daria to take out the trash to the dumpster outside? Maybe. I can ask her. I need to talk to her in private, and that's probably the best spot. Really? By the dumpster? Is she in trouble? Not at all. I just wanted to ask her a few questions. I hope you do not stress her out. Why's that? She has not been feeling well lately. So if you can, please go easy on her. I'll be gentle. I stare down at my plate, guilt slowly settling in. I hate that I have to confront her like this. Anyway, I need to get back to the kitchen. Busy night, you see. Take care, Raymond. Thanks for the great food as always. Yes, thank you. I'll text you. Just wait for my signal. Okay, Tom. And enjoy your meals, everyone. Raymond nods and heads back to the kitchen, leaving me to wonder how the hell I'm going to handle this. At least a dinner helps me settle my anxiety a little. These kaya toasts are so sweet and savory, paired with a well-seasoned half-boiled egg. I wish my appetite was better. What if something goes wrong? Daria wouldn't run, right? Let me finish that, if you don't mind. I push my plate to David. Are you okay, Tom? I take a deep breath, then slowly exhale. You know what? I'm fine. Let's get this over with. I'm heading to the back now. Are you guys ready? Yep, you can count on me. Yeah, I'll talk to my uncle now. Good luck, Tom. Raymond, I'm outside right now. Okay, I will tell her to throw out the trash. A few minutes pass, and the bar's back door opens and Daria emerges with a trash bag in her hand. I quickly hide from her view. After she hurls the trash bag into the dumpster, she hurries back to the door, about to twist the doorknob. And with that, I slowly come out of my hiding spot. Hey, Daria, right? I need to ask you something. Who are you? She grabs the doorknob. As I'm about to pull the door open, I speak out. My name's Tom. I need to speak to you about, Kamil. Daria freezes, her trembling hand still firmly grasping the doorknob. Hey, it's okay. I'm a friend of Raymond. I just want to ask you a few questions. I don't know anything. Please leave me alone. I'm the person that found and helped Miss Novak in the woods. I just wanted to talk about Kamil with you. I can tell that she's hesitating, but Daria finally lets go of the doorknob. Her shoulders slump before she turns around to face me. I don't know where he is now. He showed up out of nowhere, all bloodied, at my place. I patched up his wounds and brought him food from Gruberniechberg. Did he say anything? He was just mumbling about someone seeing something and that he was sorry. Do you see them too? How? A cold chill runs down my spine. Why does he keep repeating those words? Could his apology refer to him leaving his mother in the woods? And if that's the case, who attacked them? That's all he said. I swear that I don't know anything. She looks back to the door. I feel bad for scaring her like that, but she's my only lead. Hey, that's all right. How about we start from the beginning? Her eyes scan the environment from the heightened awareness, and she clutches her stomach. What do you want to know? Were you both volunteers at the homeless shelter? Yes, that's where I first met Kamil. We started talking, and we kind of dated. His mom mentioned that he didn't have anyone close besides her. Kamil and I never made it official. He was kind of afraid to tell his mom about us. Why's that? I feel terrible bad-mouthing her after what happened, but I think she had some attachment issues. Daria looks to the side, embarrassed, hugging herself and rubbing her arms. I see. But after a while, Kamil changed. Changed? How? He started acting paranoid, saying that they were watching him. He said not to trust anyone anymore. They? Who are they? He never explained. I see. I begged Kamil to go to the police or to get medical help, but he got angry. He said that the cops couldn't be trusted, that no one understood, and then he disappeared. Her lips tremble after she finishes her sentence. I have a feeling that maybe this was the time when he started following me. Now, at times, even I feel like I'm being followed. It's terrifying. She might just be paranoid, but if someone is after Kamil, it's possible. But that would require knowing more about Kamil than his own mother. And that still doesn't explain why he was following me. Did Kamil ever mention me? Or maybe a black cat in passing? He never mentioned you. I pull out my phone and show her the photos Kamil took of me. Her face pales. It seems like he was following me even before we started investigating his disappearance. I don't know why. He never mentioned anything about you. Her pupils twitch as she keeps staring at the photos. I understand that it's scary to face this alone. If you ever feel like you're in danger or need help, you can call Markus or ask Raymond to contact me. Markus? Yeah, the detective who asked you about Kamil yesterday. He gave you his card, right? Yeah. Daria flinches as a doorknob suddenly twists and the door opens. She visibly relaxes when she realizes it's Raymond. Daria, you alright? Yeah, I was just a bit scared. For a brief moment, Daria looks straight into my eyes. Her chin quivers a little. Why are you so eager to find him? Even the cops didn't care about him until recently. I just don't want him to meet the same fate as my mom. Daria looks down, fidgeting with her thumbs. Tom, was it? Yeah. If you find Kamil, please tell him to come back. Sure thing. Let's go inside. If you are not feeling well, I can help you with the orders. Daria simply nods as Raymond holds her shoulders, guiding her back into the kitchen. I owe you one, Raymond. No big deal, La. Could you walk her home after work? Can. I head back into the bar from the main entrance. Inside, David's busy sweet-talking to the waitress at the till. So, as I was saying, if you'd like me to take you there... Okay, that's enough. Let's go. Wait, I haven't told her about my exotic trip to Bali. No, we're done. Here's your tip, miss. Thank you. I put some money on the table while yanking David by the ear, dragging him away from the poor waitress and out of the bar. Ow. I let go of David's ear and reach out for my phone. You're so mean to me. Uh-huh. Let me text Otto. Otto, I'm done talking to Daria. Okay, I'll tell my Uncle Bernard that I'm heading out now. We stand outside Gruber Edgeburg. After a few minutes, Otto steps out of the bar. How was it? Well, it went better than I expected. Neat. Again, thanks for helping me out, guys. Sure thing, Tom. Yeah, anytime. Otto? Yeah? Nothing major, but, just want to ask. You feel like coming over to my place for a bit? Sure, I'd be happy to. Am I invited? Sorry, David, not this time. This is kind of a private matter with Otto. Ooh, fine. I get it. I can't talk to Otto about the money Jacob gave me here, and Otto might tell me more about the picture with Bernard. It'd be better to discuss everything back in my place. Want me to give you guys a ride? Nah, that's fine. We're gonna take a walk from here. Oh. David nods with a slight frown. Alright. Bye then. Bye. Good night, David. With David gone, Otto and I walk back to the house as the sun begins to descend closer to the horizon. The sky matches the warm colors of the red autumn leaves under our feet. So, what was the investigation about? Markus asked me to interrogate Daria about what she knows. Otto nods. Did it go well? Yeah, I'm glad that she finally confirmed Marcus's suspicions. What suspicions, if I may ask? Oh, you know, about her connection to the missing guy that we're searching for now. I see. I'm glad. Otto ends the conversation with a smile as we continue walking. Even with the progress in the case, my mind is clouded by thoughts of Kamil. From what Daria described, she knows something. Something dangerous is going on. Dangerous enough that someone might be after his life. Is it related to what Kamil has been doing? Did he wrong someone? What scares me the most is that what he told Daria was exactly what he told me. Do you see them too? What does that even mean? The poor girl was as confused as I am. I have to tell Markus the next time that I see him that Kamil didn't attack his mother. It's not that we doubt it. It's just weird. The police have a different idea. Still, I'm not surprised. To them, it's always easier to find a scapegoat and close a case quickly. Maybe with this revelation, they'll leave him alone. Then again, maybe Kamil didn't tell Daria the truth either. Hey, you alright? Huh? I notice Otto isn't walking next to me anymore. I turn around to see him standing in place looking at me, his brows raised in confusion. What happened? You walked past your house. Wait. Oh, that's embarrassing. Sorry. I rub the back of my neck as I laugh it off. You need some sleep? I'm fine. Tom, please. Let's just, get inside. Okay. I flip the light switch as we enter. I take off my jacket and shoes and see Otto doing the same. Hey, you don't have to. I don't want to dirty your place. Whatever. It's a mess already. I glance around the living room. Right, it's actually pretty clean now. Ugh, I guess I really am tired. Whatever. I point Otto towards the sofa before going to the kitchen. Do you want something to drink? Water's fine. I grab 2 glasses and a bottle of water from the fridge. I pour some water into a glass for Otto and hand it to him. He sits down and takes a sip. Thanks. I pour one for myself. How did your talk with Bernard go? Bernard said that he'll help, though he isn't sure if he'll be able to cover for the full sum. I see. I can give them the money that I got, something so that they back off. At least for now. Tom, but no, I don't want to hear it. Who knows what they're going to do to you? I suppose. That brings me to my next point. There's this lawyer friend of mine who might be able to help you. Maybe you can avoid paying such a large sum of money. I avoid looking directly into his eyes. I know Jacob won't say anything about the nature of our relationship to Otto, but it still makes me nervous. Not to mention ashamed of what I had to do to help him. Tom, did you drag someone else into my problems? It's fine. It's his job anyway. I met him at my university. He's a fantastic lawyer. He'll be happy to help. You just gotta talk to him first, if you're okay with that. Okay then. Tomorrow? Sure. I'll tell him and set up a meeting for tomorrow. Otto is quiet for a moment, giving me a thoughtful look. You don't talk about your time at the uni much. I chuckle in an attempt to smile. Because it was boring. I wasn't good at lawyering. That's a lie. While Mom's disappearance was a big reason why I dropped out, Jacob's presence and the way that he acted were also a part of it. He wanted more than I could and wanted to give. But maybe I'll tell you more some other time. How about at my place tomorrow? I mean, only if you want to, of course. As Otto's cheeks flush red, I can't help but burst into laughter. Wow, damn smooth. 'Cause, I thought maybe you could help me with a surprise welcome party for Anna? Oh, so she's coming back tomorrow? My mom said Anna planned to surprise us, but we can surprise her first. That's truly a devilish plan. Yep, I'm in. My smile fades when I realize that I still need to ask him about what I found today. By the way. Yeah? I was researching about Koamino at the town hall and I found this. I take out the photo from my pocket and show it to him. Recognize anyone there? He cranes his neck down to peer at the photo, tilting his head slightly. This polar bear? Oh. He does kind of look like my uncle. That's funny. But it's hard to tell with how old this photo is. Hey, that's cool. I didn't know your family are Russian. I'm not sure. Mom was born here, me and Anna too. Dad is Polish as well, and they met here in Sip Naval. I see. I proceed to stash the photo back into my pocket. I could ask Mom about it, or you could have told me at Gruberney Edgeburg. We could have asked my uncle there. Nah, don't sweat it. I'll just ask Markus if he knows more on this. I'll still ask my mom. It's her brother after all. Speaking of Koamino, I have to tell Otto about the wolf. Hell, maybe he will even know more, but... Tom? Tomorrow. I can tell him tomorrow. There's no need to ruin the mood today. It's already been tiring enough. I'm okay. Anyway, I need to give you that money that I promised. Just wait here. Okay. Heading inside my room, I flip the switch and approach the desk. I open the drawer where I keep the money Jacob gave me, shuffling through a stack of documents. My heart begins to race as I slowly succumb to a daunting realization. The money isn't here. Wait, where the hell is it? I was damn sure that I had put it in this exact drawer. I pull out every drawer from my desk, emptying its contents. Soon, the whole room looks like a war zone, but I don't fucking care at this point. My breaths are becoming short and labored. Dad. No, he wouldn't. I slam my fist against the desk. Fuck! I hurl downstairs and go straight to Dad's bedroom, throwing the door open. In a fit of rage, I start tearing through every drawer and cabinet, throwing all of his clothes and personal items on the ground. Like a deranged madman. Please, it has to be here somewhere. Nothing. Tom? Otto stands by the doorway, peeking inside. I pull myself up and sit down on the bed, my back hunched and aching. That worthless piece of shit stole the money that I was supposed to give you. Who? Carl, Otto, my own fucking dad stole it from me. I grab a half-empty bottle of vodka from the table and raise it in the air. In a swift motion, Otto grabs my arm as I'm about to swing the bottle down onto the hard surface of the table. Tom, that's enough. Otto's words snap me back to my senses as he takes the bottle from my hand and puts it back. I stumble out of Dad's room, feeling like a fool. I should have known better. Hey, it's fine. Don't worry about it, okay? Bernard said that he'll help. You have nothing to worry about. But that'll take a few days. By then the wolf will. They'll try to scare me, but once I tell them that I have the money soon, they'll wait. That's not good at all. That's just fucking... If something happened to you, I never forgive myself, Otto. Otto grabs me by the shoulder. Before I know what's happening, his lips are touching mine. Fine, lean into it. I know you people want me to lean into it. Despite my mind trying to rationalize what's happening, I decide to listen to my heart for once and close my eyes, letting the moment take over. I press my mouth harder into his and our lips interlock like matching jigsaw puzzles. For a brief second, I feel something that makes the fur on the back of my neck stand. What's this wet thing? His tongue? Where did Otto learn how to kiss like this? It feels so wrong, but so right at the same time, awkward but comforting. I can feel his heart pounding close to my chest, beating just as fast as mine. I let the warmth of his fur melt my anxiety away, his damp breaths wetting my whiskers. I hold his plump cheeks, running my fingers through his side tufts. His hand squeezes my shoulder gently, though he's trembling slightly. It's kinda cute and endearing. Tom, I'm back with Markus. Could you... Oh. Shit. Otto lets me go, looking terribly flustered. See you later, Tom. Wait! Otto quickly hops into his shoes, his soles not even properly in as he shuffles away to the exit. I try to call after him, but he quickly disappears into the night. With the bear gone, I focus my attention on my father, clenching my fists. Dad? Yes, Tom? Where the fuck is my money? To be continued. Well. It seems that the dad has a lot to fess up to. If that even is the reason why the money is missing, because you don't know. But yeah. Well, a lot of things happened here. I'm gonna talk about the two choices. The first choice is either leaving David and going after Eliash. I didn't pick that and I don't know what actually happens, so your guess is as good as mine. You can play it yourself and, figure out. And the second choice is, letting Otto kiss you. Personally, I would still stick with David because you can tell that he wants to be truthful. He wants to remain there. He wants things to work out between his best friend and his older brother. But it doesn't help the fact that he's lying. So hopefully, by staying and giving him the benefit of the doubt, he is able to be more truthful now. I am hoping that Eliash is gonna be able to eventually simmer down and, speak with Tom and David again. Like, he did say that, if you need me for the whole thing in Comino, then, you could just call me and, I'll be there. Now, the whole thing about Otto, I do know that if you decide to pull away, he kind of, gets a little crestfallen. It's like, oh, okay, yeah, I understand. And the reason that, if you pick that option, the reasoning that Tom gives is because, what's going on, with the money, the dad, what's going on in Comino, everything, that he can't really focus on, the whole kiss thing. And as much as I would like to say that in real life, if I was Tom, that I would also be like, whoa, dude, back up. I would lean into it too. I did. In a similar situation, I did too. So, anywho, what else? I do feel bad for David. I do feel, I do understand on a personal level the whole situation with feeling like you have to be there for your parent. Because if you read the short story, or if you saw the video that I did of the short story that should have been out before these two videos, because it's already 2 hours long, the recording, then you should see that the dad was not exactly a nice person in the more recent years. especially in that short story. So if it had to be the choice between staying with the dad who is kind of neglectful, and going with the mom who kind of needs you, then you kind of go with the mom, you know? At least that would be my own personal choice. So that is why I would understand David leaving and then staying. And then I also understand where Tom is coming from in that same vein, where it's like, you left, you didn't give us any real reason why you left. You never actually reached out to contact, you know, us and tell us like, hey, how are you doing? This is the reason why I left. I hope you forgive me, or can we at least try to remain in contact again? It could be that David was genuinely scared that they wouldn't understand, or it could just be another lie and David really didn't want to come back or something. I don't know. It is interesting though. Let me see if I still have it on my phone or if it deleted it. Is it still open? Yes, it is. Okay, so the translation for the letter that David's mom sent to David said, my dear David, they will tell you that I'm crazy, but trust your heart. Something is changing in Subnavel and it's not for the better. Sometimes I even hear voices speaking to me in my head. It's hard to explain, but there is a heaviness about this place. Even though I am here, I still feel it. Something just isn't right. I know people close to us will need us, but I can't leave here. That is why I insist that you go back, David, to find out what caused these changes. Please find out and do what you can. Take care of yourself, my darling, with all my love. So, two things. David said that even though he was in Germany, even though he was living another life, he was doing all the things that he was doing there, messing around and whatever, he still had Tom and Eliash in his, you know, rattling around in his head. Like, he was still thinking about them. He hadn't forgotten them. So my guess is, oh no, and also the mom. Something that she mentioned in the letter, but I'm gonna go back to David. This was sort of like the thing he needed, the thing that sort of said like, oh, well, here's my reason, to go back to Subnavel and then, you know, see what's happening. And then he saw, or I'm assuming, he realized that Tom's mom is missing, that people are missing, that Tom himself isn't doing so good, and so it became like his, like, that was like the one little thing that he needed to say, you know what, I'm gonna go back to Subnavel and I'm gonna try to reconnect with my brother and my friend. Whether or not that is an actual, like, good reason is, you know, is up to Tom too, you know, because Tom doesn't have to accept the apology. Eliash doesn't have to accept the apology either. So, yeah. Eliash would be completely within reason to say, you know what? No, I'm not gonna deal with you anymore. You're on your own, David. You burned the bridge. And, you know, Tom can do the same thing, but, like, I chose otherwise. I sincerely hope that this leads to a good turnout for David. And not just because he's a hyena, because he looks cute. But yeah, like, I can understand him a little. But I can also understand Eliash and Tom. I could also understand that I kind of have object permanence where as soon as a person disappears from my line of sight or from the general vicinity, I stop thinking about them. Which kind of sucks, but, like, it's a thing. But I'm pretty sure that's not what was going on with David. Anywho, what else? Yeah, you know, what are the police hiding? That's another thing. It kind of seems like there's a lot more than just, like, a group of people involved with what's going on. Like, it is maybe the whole town, or maybe a lot of people within the town, the police, probably the loan shark people. A lot of people are involved, and I'm curious what's going on because again, it's leaning spooky, meaning, you know, something supernatural is going on, but it's also leaning to maybe an organized crime, something, maybe trafficking. We don't know yet. Because it is just certain people that are missing, but why are they missing? It would suck if eventually while investigating the bunkers that you end up finding the remains of Raymond's brother. That would suck, but like it would be plausible that maybe they were in an area where they weren't supposed to be, and the people that didn't want them there put them there in the bunker, you know, to get rid of them or to silence them because they saw something that they weren't supposed to. Oh, again, the letter. So the letter mentions that there's a heaviness in Sipnavel. If you recall, and this just might be word choice from the writers that they unintentionally use this twice. When Tom is outside of the government building, the town hall or whatever it was, he mentions that he feels a heaviness in the air. So I wonder if that's supposed to be like a literal heaviness where, and I hesitate to use this comparison because I almost always do it, but something similar to what happens in another story, Echo, where when certain stuff is happening, you can already kind of taste it and feel it in the air. So I wonder if this is something similar, where something is happening that some people are not aware of, some people are aware of it, or whatever, and it's manifesting within Sipnavel. Maybe it's not so much the heaviness of something supernatural, but maybe the heaviness of some conspiracy going on within the town. We don't know yet. Anyways, so yeah. Write down in the comments what you think, and thank you all for watching / listening. If you would like to play Cienie, I'm pretty sure again that I am mispronouncing this, then you can do so by going down into the link in the description, which should have a direct link for the Blue Sky page, where you can download, or it will have a direct link for the Itch.io page where you can download the game and play it yourself. And if you would like to support the project, become a Patreon, you can do so by going down for the other link, for the Patreon link, where you can get early access to builds of Cienie, and, you know, support the project just in general, if you want. And as you can see, they do have certain tiers. The highest tier gets you like a little portrait, like what you see when the characters are talking. And like a tier below that, you get like a little sort of mini chibi sprite type of thing by your name, which are pretty cool. Or you can just, you know, in general support it. But yeah, so support it if you like it. I like the story. It's actually really, really interesting because it keeps you guessing, or at least it's keeping me guessing because I don't really know what's happening yet. I'm bouncing around between ideas, but yeah, which is good. Anyway, so yeah, I guess that's it for now, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.